Yeah. This Everlimo project started in 1998, 97, 98, was because we were losing what we had on the ocean. Ever Beach, if you know, is the second city right now. If you look around here, I haven't been here for like 50 years. This whole place has changed. And this is the same thing that is happening to our ocean. We're having too many people fishing in a limited area. So our resources, is gonna be gone for the sea. So I mostly, these are the proponents, this is my mom, she passed away. The mother proponent, they passed away. There were the leaders, and how I learned the culture part of what I do. Uncle Walter coming on, he was a leading fisherman, a captain, and he knew all the different types of Limu. My ground in Eva was fertile. In fact, we had every Limu on every island in this one area. These are people from all the different islands. Uncle Max Boy from Molokai was very strong and keeping a place country. And this is our mission, and our main, preservation of coastal habitats, the replanting of selected species of Limu, and we were firmly committed to marine education and preservation of Hawaiian culture and values for our people. And these were from my kids, especially, because they're growing up in a different area and era, and they are forgetting who they are. But we have a strong commitment for our children to learn what we have. I'll get back to that later. What you see here is I go around and I pick up all the different types of Limu, and we make a Limu lake. We have a big display. We explain to the kids how the Limu affects the ocean, what fish eats what Limu, and how you can tell if you got a healthy ocean. We go to the schools, we take them out on the beaches and do all the grass things. I learn a lot from the kids. I got the practical knowledge. And in the classroom, this is a good friend of mine who's very instrumental in getting this whole thing done. This girl right now just graduated. This young girl right here, she just graduated. That boy up there just had a child. So that's all how we're going to work. Yeah, she just graduated. Come on, graduating next week. He just got a baby. This was our potential leader. He died out here a couple years back. He was only 18. He was running lobotomy. He just graduated, and we found him at 80 feet of water outside here. You're young, you keep your talking. And these young kids nowadays, they are pretty good divers. So I like to tell my kids resource management. Okay. I like to tell my kids that the ocean needs to drink. Because we on an island is surrounded by salt water. We need that balance. And every plant needs that balance. It's water quality. On the first mountain, our first 2 raindrops feed your watershed, the water you drink, the rivers and everything. And then when it comes down and it meets the ocean, what we call Makai. Mauka Mountains, Makai Ocean. And they meet in this little pond called Moonlight. And this is where the ocean gives birth. This is where the food chain starts. My kids can go down the beach, look at the beach, and look at a certain type of Limu on your beach and tell you if the ocean is healthy or not. Because Limu will tell you how the watershed, if you got a watershed coming down, uh, okay, that water will tell you that your ocean is healthy. There's no pollution from us coming in. It's all nutrients coming from the mountains, from the taro patches, you know. Uh, Overhauling of fish and Nemo is because we are having to compete on the land. And our fishing area and the best fishing grounds are limited. So we haven't, you know, it's not going to get any better. Invasive species, there's so much, I really, maybe about 70, 80. And the one that came in 1970, that's our Saliconia. They brought us in 1970. They planted that down Waikiki because of the watershed, fresh water. They took it over on the windward side because we had all the watershed going out. And up to now, the fish are not eating it anymore. Our fish are not stupid. Certain fish eat certain types of seed. If they did eat that invasive Limu, we'd have no problem. But what this invasive species does, it takes over your reef. It kills everything. Pollution, we're the worst polluters. You know, it's sewage, seepage, runoff. Anytime it rains, you got it goes like this. Well, I used to have the trees that had the rain, it went back to the earth. Now you build a house, the rain comes down, it hits your roof, you're washing your car, it takes that soap, hits the cement, takes it on the road, picks up all this participants on the road, and it goes up in the ocean. So we are the worst polluters. Loss of habitat. Unless we have something like this here, I see it coming, we're going to lose a whole lot more of our beaches, our food chain. A good example is 10 years ago, Wally and I, we do a show and tell all over the island. And 7 years ago, because this is the seventh one we're doing for the people in Hanauma. And we told them, we take care of the island, take care of the land, because whatever happens on the land, it's going to affect the ocean. Well, people on the outside island take it for granted. It's always going to be there. We always have it. There's no subdivisions coming up. They finally, this November, they woke up. Because when we go and we do a show and tell on the different islands, we take what they don't have. And when we went to this one area, there was nothing. Completely lost all their habitat. Because they're not taking care of the land. And what happens? Pollution. They cut the water source. The natural resources are being cut off. So we see a lot of this right now. In fact, 10 years ago, we told the other side about it. They didn't listen. You know, so this is what is happening. These are the grounds. We got a sanctuary in our area where we're trying to bring back certain species. And we were pretty successful because the invasive took over. And it was half the size of this room and about this long, you know, the room. We took like 600 pounds of invasive Limu. And if I took you to one side of the room and I told you, look at the ground, nothing, you can see nothing here. If I took you on the other half of the room, you can see all different types of fauna, all different types of life. But if I came back and told you what happened on this side, it's all the naturals coming back. All the naturals. Because Limu, I eat the Limu, the fish eats the Limu. We're not giving the Limu a chance to grow. And they invade it from here. And Wally will tell you all about the nutrients and the whole thing about that. Yeah. These are Limu leaves. We take a bunch of Limu and then we'll braid it. And then we'll plant it in the ocean. But you can't plant just anything. This is Limu that, Limu like any vegetable, it grows big, it breaks off. They all got seasons. Limu all have seasons. This is one of my favorite. I don't know the Latin name. I don't even bother to know the Latin name. But this is a good Limu one. Sweet, has a punch.
Uncle, this is the Gorilla Bowl. This is the South Point.
Just the California.
This is
So it looks like the
Samaria South Point.
And it looked like it, but it's.
Just like the word, I'm sorry. This is one of the invasive.
But that's invasive.
Yeah, that's invasive.
That stuff.
I don't know what this is.
Runoff. The runoff.
Oh, this is the runoff. What side is this?
Oh,
It's not Hawaii.
this is the one.
And this is the one that's happening, pristine waters. Okay, this is telling you we had all the pristine waters. This is a map of Honolulu. This is the Kohala Mountains in the Waianae Range. I live right in this area. Well, it's because my house is on.
Okay.
I have a lot of fresh water in this whole area. My area runs from Pearl Harbor to.
It's too fast. You cannot. No.
Chicky.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Okay,
One time. Just one
Okay.
time.
Just
Press and let go.
Yeah,
Okay.
my area, my local runs from Honolulu all the way to the Waianae Range past Curry Point. I know people are familiar with Honolulu.
That's the one.
I got the biggest area right here. I have a lot of fresh water coming up from here because of the coral range. This whole area I had the most fish farms in all the island. And these are all gone. Wow. This is how my area used to look like. All the trees, the cane fields, and these are all gone. From the beach up until the 81 freeway, it's a matter of about 10 miles. And from Pearl Harbor to my district, it's like 20 miles. And the whole area, we had cars with all fresh water coming out into the ocean. And it was the only place in the island that got 3 reefs, 3 miles out, 20 miles long, and it's shallow. Limu is another vegetable to be just on that.
Don't below that.
Right below that. Okay,
Oh, okay, now, see, that's the change now. This on the reef, you couldn't get the fish. I first ate lobster. I didn't know you boil lobster. I thought you fillet lobster. I thought you throw lobsters on the fire. That's how I grew up. Yeah, I was kind of ignorant at the time, but we had a lot of ocean food. But this is what is happening now. This is a marina. This is a golf course. Okay, imagine this. These are all houses, all homes. 100-year rain would push all your rubbish right into this one opening. And I'm in talk with them right now because I got a natural berm right here that when we had God's rain, we had in 2006, it rained for 46 days. But they call it just a 10-year rain. So here was what happened on a 10-year rain. This subdivision, rubbish would pile up. The next one will pile up. I went home and I do a good 10-year radio wash, everything into the ocean. You know, kill all the strong right there. This is the other half of my district. This is toward Kailailoa Beach. Look at all the natural ponds we have. And these, we're building mobile. So you can imagine how the ocean would be. This is how Everett used to look like. The whole area, any type. Yeah, this is how it was in the 70s. So, you got any questions? No, I'm gonna skip one.
It's good, Uncle.
I'm going to switch presentations now.
I'm not too good at this stuff of things.
No, you did fine.
Oh, you did good.
You did fine.
Okay, you can tell, I'm gonna review a lot of these presentations, but we do it outdoors. And we
Coloring everything.
What we usually do is we have a fish tank, and we collect the limu and we actually show them, you know, using kids like that, they can actually taste. This is, so, the limu you see here is all limu colors, so that's some limu. Probably the most significant limu to the Hawaiian community. They use this for food, a lot of religious purposes. Okay, so this is Uncle's last slide. This is how it was close to that first map that you saw. It's at the beginning of the Honolulu Beach Park Road. And this is in front of the Lions Club. This is how it used to, the old shoreline, the beach used to look in the 1980s. Same area, same place, 2001. Look at the shoreline, no Limu. Maybe a tourists come and they see this. Oh, this is what people go away for. But this is not what is conducive to feeding on people. The main point that I wanted to make is this. You know, we're losing our fish, our fisheries, we're losing all our fish stocks. And people talk about overfishing, overharvesting, and we're doing a lot of research on trying to restock our fish. I think we're looking at the wrong way. Our research and our protected areas over here is focused on the fish. You want to bring back the fish. Bring back our Limu. This is a general, pretty simplified food chain, marine food chain. And these are the, this is the area that I was talking about. We're doing protected areas for our fish, but instead of a top-down approach, we should be looking at we're losing all of our Limu. This is the base of our food chain. And if we can find out why we're losing our Limu, and we restore all of our Limu beds, everything, all the trophic levels of all that will just kind of fall in place. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to this picture. 1980, I was doing a lot of fishing on the shoreline. A friend of mine, his in-laws lived on a house right on the shoreline, real close to close to this area. And in 1980s, from about early 1980s to late 1990s, that was my Saturday afternoon evening hangout. So all of us would get together at 5, 6 p.m. in the afternoon, set up our hibachi and with our coolers and stuff, we throw a fishing line out. And at the time, it was kind of hard to fish because we throw a line out and we have to bring the line in because the line gets stuck with all kind of bring the line in, clean it up, throw it back out. And another thing was happening at the time was we throw the line out and you know, the pookie, the eel, would take our bait right away. Bring the pookie out, release the pookie, rebait, throw it out. Another pookie would bite. Oh well, it's kind of hummock fishing, but every once in a while we would catch lure, pokeo, pokeo, boy. So towards the end of our fishing, you know, we stopped fishing there in maybe late 1990s because we weren't catching any fish. Same situation, go over there, make a hibachi, drink some beer, throw the line out. Nothing happens. When time to go home, usually stay till around midnight, 9 a.m. and bring our lines in, pack up and go home. Many times, at this time, no, you know, the Limu doesn't bother us, Puhi doesn't bite, and so after 6-7 hours in the bait, 6-7 hours in the water, bring up the bait is still on hook, no fish, and so. The puhi is one of the apex predators for the reef environment. So if you have a lot of eels, a lot of puhi, that means all the trophic levels below that is nice and healthy, nice and abundant. We lose our limu, we don't have puhi. The ecological term is indicator species. So when you have a lot of puhi, it indicates that everything else is below is good. No puhi, everything else is not so good, not so healthy. So this is sorry,
This one.
technical difficulties. Can you advance this? Can you advance this?
Two.
Yeah, bring it maybe 30, advance it all, 30 seconds. A little more, maybe I'll get it. Okay, well, what I show here is these are all mullet. And these are, this mullet, this is kind of like simulating a fish pond environment. Well, we don't provide them with any food. They're living strictly on the limu and on the diatoms that go. The big fish that you see, we have fish the same age that are only about 4 or 5 inches. But those fish, we don't put them in this rich limu environment. Once you put those fish in this rich environment, from 5 inches to almost 8 inches in 3 months. As long as you have a good, healthy supply, the fish will grow. The smaller fish, we just got them about a few months ago. There's a project to try to restore more fish ponds, and we were able to get some leftovers from that project. Okay. Okay. Another purpose for Limu is it provides food for us. Native Hawaiians made extensive use of Limu for food. There was a study done in the early 1900s by a botany professor from Berkeley, and she traveled the islands trying to document many types of Limu that Hawaii ate at the time. She had a list of about over 70 different kinds of Limu. Today, here's examples of some Limu tofu. Limu. And you know, Hawaiians use this particular Limu a lot because everybody had a name for it. And, you know, the thing about in Hawaii, you go to different areas, they call it a different name. This was my favorite eating Kodiak species. Another significant Limu is Honolulu or the old ancient name for Honolulu is Bach. And the significance of this Pakelia Bach was this is Lady Rukalani's favorite lead. She eventually retired. She ended up living on Waikiki shoreline, and this Limu was not found on the shoreline, so she had some property from Wally and planted in front of her home. This is another populated Limu on Hanauma, and trying to show you these carps, they're called sister carps, and this is a reproductive cycle of that particular with these source. So eating Limu, this is these are some of the nutrients that the Limu would provide. And so when we think about the ancient Hawaiian diet, we think about fish and pork. But Limu was what was the third important component of the diet.
Excuse me.
Okay.
My friend said gave me a cold.
So another significance of Limu is it creates a habitat for crustaceans, invertebrates, small worms, and so what that does is it feeds our fish. So essential habitat provides neighboring surface, hiding places for small fish, small crustaceans, and also sends Limu also sends chemical signals for the settling of invertebrates. And by settling, I mean most of the organisms in the marine environment, they at one point or another, in the early stage of development, they're in a free swimming stage. Urchins, for example, when they're first born, they're free swimming for about 40 days, and at some time they need to settle. Halahala or green sea lettuce is a signal for the collector urchin in Hawaii. It's a type of sea urchin that's being used in Honolulu to control it. And this, we just heard, I just learned this yesterday. There's a type of Limu called classified as a chlorine algae. I'll show you a picture of this later on. But chlorine algae is like the glue for the coral reef structure. The reef is essentially dead coral, but chlorine algae is like the glue that binds the entire structure together. Another function of the chlorine algae is that it puts out a chemical signal for the free swimming coral polyps to settle. I think a lot of people are surprised when I tell them this, but there's some Limu that create sand. This maintain a reef with chlorine algae. Some of the scientific names for some of the Limu, but they're forms of the Medina, picking out. So if you walk the shoreline, almost always see this. This particular Limu is considered you find it a lot. So that means what it does, it uses a lot of spores. So here's another analogy. I didn't have a live picture. This is a photograph of a press collection of a very this is the chlorine algae. When you pick it up, I'm pretty sure you walk the shoreline, you've seen this before, and most people would think that this is a coral. It's hard as well. But this is the coral algae. This algae actually falls in between the cracks of coral and it starts to grow, and that's how it binds it together. So just to sum up, Limu is the base of our marine food chain, food for us. It creates habitat for many organisms. And so without the Limu, there's with the loss of habitat, we lose, we significantly decrease the population of many of the other organisms, bills that maintain reefs, Hawaiian ancestors, many. A big part of what Henry and I do is we try to educate people not only of Limu in the marine environment, but Limu as used by our Hawaiian ancestors. And we're using all that knowledge. So we try to collect and preserve that knowledge. And that video you guys saw at the beginning, that was the result of our gathering in September of last year. For the very first time, we got together about 25 people statewide, people who had traditional knowledge about Limu, and out of that, it generated a lot of interest of wanting to get together again and continue preserving our that lost knowledge. Okay. One of the main reasons we're using our Limu is because we're using fresh water.
Okay.
And so let's take a look at this video first. What you see is, whenever you see green, this is the Palahalahalas, you see lettuce. When you see green lettuce, green Limu, more likely than not, it's the result of fresh water. Fresh water influx into the shore, onto the shore.
Sorry. 1 second.
So anyway, this video that we're about to show is out at Sandy Beach, and I found this spot. I was just driving along the beach right past the surfing area, and I saw all this green going off on the road. I could see all this green, so then I'm thinking, oh, there must be fresh water close by. So I took my video camera and I found some fresh water source. It's here. See, right out of the sand. Sorry, cameraman is not so good. Not actually cameraman. But you can see the flow of water. Well, this is fresh water coming right out of the sand.
She's playing again.
Oh, okay.
Can I show the next one?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was like a couple months ago.
Right after the rains?
No, actually, no. It's, but in order to see this, it had to be, it was like a really low time. Really low zoom.
So it's a continuous flow, it's just not
Yes.
really whole.
Yes,
Let's see.
yes. So if you go, even at zero tide, this is really, so you wouldn't see it. But a lot of times, and whenever we mentioned the shoreline, the entire shoreline from the mouth of Pearl Harbor all the way to Ballast Point, and we would see water, not flowing slower, basically see water flowing really pretty significant flow. This is
Okay.
So it's a combination of the freshwater and seawater that encourages it.
okay, excellent question. Well, let me, before I answer that question, we travel statewide talking to people. We not only, share what we know, but we also try to learn people that we talk to. So, a lot of our kupuna, well, whenever I ask them, kupuna question about why we're losing our Limu, almost every one of them tell me we're using a fresh water. And that if you think about it, doesn't make sense. Limu is a saltwater species, but what we're finding is there's a lot of Limu the green ones, Honolulu, that meets, that thrives best in low salinity environments. Mostly, like, they won't tolerate even a little bit of drop in salinity. But what's happening here is not so much the change in salinity, because like over here, because the ocean is so big, you just fresh water. If we were to measure the salinity right in and around the it's not going to be found. But what's happening here is nutrients. And so, like Uncle Henry mentioned earlier about the rain, the first drop of rain on a mountain, and it flows and refills the aquifer. We're losing the height of the aquifer. Two reasons. When you see a tank of water and you see the water level decreasing, it's because of two reasons. Not enough water going in and too much water coming out. And not enough water going in because, like you mentioned, we cementing. Typically, we're percolate down, get to the ground, and then we fill out. For now, everything is in the ocean. And another thing too is somebody described this to me as a continuous, very so the description is too many straws. Taking up too much water, too many bells, and four us and using too much water. So what it is this water that's coming out is I call it old water. It's it takes a long time on the top of the mountain, percolates down, and as it's sitting there, as it's percolating down, as it's sitting there, it's picking up all the minerals and nutrients also. And so, like, it's, the observations, centuries old observations of Hawaiian kupuna, this is what they learned from their kupuna and the kupuna before that, is that we need the fresh water for that's the main reason.
So it's bringing nutrients in, and that encourages it, but it's still being protected by the salt water layer.
Yes.
Because it is underwater at high tide.
Yes.
And,
Well, most Limu can, even the saltwater varieties, they can tolerate even fresh water for a short period of time. Yeah. And so the tidal flux, I think most times it's not enough to kill Limu. But like I said, there's certain Limu that actually requires it. It doesn't thrive without fresh water coming in. So there's a lot of Limu that you would find, certain types of Limu you find at the mouth of streams, freshwater streams. And so that's so freshwater we need that. All this development, the pictures that are looking at 1961, I think those are the dates, 1961 to 2013. The pairs of photographs are the same area. Notice that. At the beginning, 1960s, it was all cave development, all in agriculture. And as what we saw, and that's when the Limu, so that Limu, that cave on segment up there, Limu. What we saw was as Bach changed from agriculture to housing development. That's when our reef gets started to decline. To the point where that photograph of that here at beach. Other questions? Yeah.
And Uncle Henry was saying when you pointed to Oahu, and then you said your area is right here. Well, who's the other areas? If it's not your area, why do you say it's your area? Right?
the Mokushi.
Well, when Uncle Henry says my area, Uncle Henry.
I'm talking about the people.
Well, Uncle Henry's from Echo Beach, so he's he's lived there for many years, so he takes position on that shoreline. This is my shoreline.
Yeah, well, the Echo Beach is the only area from the Maracalava to Barbara's Point, that I know a point, that I got 3 reefs shallow. you go 3 miles out. And they got all this fresh water. The sand we used to have when we had the kid, I used to take them away from the hoop because they're tempting sand. It sit in the fresh water coming up from the sand.
Can that fresh water be analyzed as far as what nutrients are in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, you need that steady constant flow.
You know, just to find out what it is that makes the.
Yeah. Well, what it is,
Spread out.
okay, what it is Malka, all the waters, Malka, out of the 3 major nutrients for plant growth, Limu is a plant. Out of the 3 major, what is it, nitrogen, phosphates, and nitrogen, phosphates, and potassium. Okay. The limiting nutrient, Malka, is phosphate. The limiting nutrient for marine environment is nitrogen. So, and that's why the estuary is such rich in, this is where the 2 waters meet, and this is where this is where gives birth to the ocean. So, all the nitrogen from Malka, we put nitrogen-rich water from Malka, we start phosphate-rich water from the ocean, and you get everything we for.
Temperature has a lot to do with it.
Well, I know, yeah, everything between the pollution and the temperature, the changes in water levels. I really needs, as you say, a lot of attention to everyone to be aware of these things, and some severe changes have to be made and they have to be started. I don't know why they don't have catchment barrels in every household for, water your lawns and flush your toilets. Why use this good water out of the mountains? There's certain things that, but that's just me as an outsider observing this.
We should.
Okay, this is the reason, in my mind, the main reason is people are not aware. Engineers, planners, our legislators, our decision makers, developers, especially developers, all the things about this is. I heard somebody say this, developer, it's a piece of dirt. That's a piece of dirt for me to build something on, and that's so offensive to us, and so, but they, all they're thinking about is build something on there to make money, and what happens, how our building, how our development, how that affects not only the next door neighbor, but below that, and so on. They totally ignorant of that. So that's part of what Uncle Henry's in court all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
By the developers.
But you gotta get the people out to vote these
Yes.
legislators into the people you want up there.
Yes.
So you gotta be.
I'm gonna have to get you the expert, because
No.
they were strict injections on the law.
Yeah, we're doing the same
I
thing
need you
every
to
year
know
to
the law.
get things. You've got you've got an island that has no place else to go.
Yes.
And you've got to look at it on a long range,
Yes.
because it's important.
Yes. So we try to make people aware.
Yeah, and try not to do it like me, sitting there going, you need to do this. You gotta
Yeah.
persuade them.
Yeah, but slowly, I think the word is getting out. So the good news is that this past legislative session, for the very first time, a representative, Uncle Henry's, the Everett District representative, Matt Wilkerson, who called us into his office and say, I want to propose a resolution to require the DLNR to do a study of why we're losing the shoreline. And, in my mind, it's not a real practical request, but, it shows that you know, he's aware.
Yeah, sir.
He's aware of this. And so, you know, we've gone a couple times, 2-3 times to the list. You know, we testify in front of committees and support of him.
So if you get a chance to speak to them again, you know, one of the other problems we've got is the number of chemicals that are put out in a car. Idling cars, 10 seconds of idling a car is the amount of gas it takes to turn off and turn back on the engine. It's not like when we were growing up when, you know, they used to say several minutes worth of
Yeah.
gas to turn on the engine. That's not true anymore. It's only 10 seconds. So idling for more than a minute is, you know, just helping, which, you know, the
Look
fluids
at
go
the
out.
tire. You ever seen tire dust?
Yeah.
The tire, you still wear and tear, but all that particulates, when it rains, it goes all
Over
over.
there.
This all here is, we all want our comforts, we all want to go where we want to go, when we want to go there.
You know what
So
makes
it's
it-
hard to make
What makes it hard for the average guy down the beach? It's a cheap recreation for them, you know, to go down the beach. But then you live down the beach all your life, and then developers come in and they bring all this, know this, you know, you don't notice all of that, but you notice your ocean is dying. So who do we see? Who is this average guy, husband and wife, gotta work, get a mortgage, can't go to a neighborhood board meeting because you get the same 25 people in the neighborhood board meeting. One state can be a representative or a senator, and they don't help you. So who is this average guy on the seat? He says, okay, be the developer. He doesn't know that there's a process you gotta go through. So you go to the first, and then I agree with you. And the developers are sitting there and says, well, let's just go on, because at this hearing, you'll come to a time when you're gonna need money. I've been through this, I have the time, I got the money. Now you find yourself in this situation, who are you gonna see? The average guy, you know? So it really becomes a problem.
Well, you're doing great in educating the children. Educate the children, and hopefully that'll help work its way out.
Here's where I need the intellect, because whenever you do anything, everything has to be in a court of law, and I don't know the law, so I need you. Oh, I need a good crook, because you think this is well as a smart guy. This is what is happening right now.
No, it's good to have your knowledge.
You know, I have
Practical knowledge,
grassroots on
and you
this
say,
thing,
you
yeah.
can pick up the legal and say, this is this. I know this, but the real law.
That's it, well, you didn't explain the law.
So yeah, there's still a contested case hearing going on right now for, against Seiko. What they want to do is, remember that, of course, picture, and it's still in the 10-year rating. What they want to do is, create a channel. Well, actually, no, it's a berm they want to cut off. If you go on, you guys familiar with, Hobos, Honolulu Beach Park? Anyways, you go into, it's Papipi Road, and then Papipi Road, and there's a lot of 100 yards or so before you get to the beach park, and it's 100 yards is, you know, the ocean is close by, but they always take up the mountain. And what they've been doing is, everybody used to be all flat with the sugar cane. What they're doing is they're building up 15, 20 feet,
26.
26 feet a much, and then building houses on top of that.
Oh.
So where rainwater used to come down and just kind of spread out, now they're all kind of getting squeezed into that golf. They say the golf course is part of the, the channel. It's supposed to help mitigate the water getting into the polluted into the ocean. But what they do is they keep squeezing out that channel, and then now there was this natural berm along the shoreline. This natural berm was created over hundreds of years of both rain and the ocean. And so what that does is that 40-something, in 2006, there was a 40-something day rain that we're talking about. I was there in the middle of that 40-something days of rain, and it's pouring. Nothing, you could see nothing. You walk along the beach, no rain, none of that wash was reaching the ocean because the berm was keeping it up. And because of the low level was behind that berm. Yeah. Namaseko wants to cut that going down, and they want to channel, create a channel with the red through. And the problem is, if you have the money, you can hire somebody with enough authority to say, oh, no adverse effect. No adverse effect. So it's okay for them to do that.
That area we're talking about is the lowest area in the Everglades. So on the 100, it's a natural fall for the 100-year range. But because I got two developers before the beach, I got Hawaiian Homestead and I got University of Hawaii West. University of Hawaii West is backfilled 35 feet. And all these new houses they built along this Kaloi Gulch, they call it Kaloi Gulch, we channelize the stuff. We make it into like the Honolulu Canal. Like that little guy. There was an arm and branch, little tight, you pick up the rubbish. But in the old days, when it flooded, came down, the old people made a ditch. They climbed past it. And when we had that heavy rain, they made a ditch and drained it in. But this time they cover it up because the marina, and well, the marina, it stopped the marina. And they making it into a lagoon. But on this channel, on this gulch, on the big rain, it was supposed to go through the marina. But the developers cut it off. And we don't do nothing about it. They'll come in and when they're gone, there's nothing you can do about it.
See, back in the plantation days, the plantation, the water was valuable. Well, I mean, it's valuable today, but also for in agriculture. So they maintain the water. The water's coming in. They also maintain the ditch that he's talking about. Maintain that type of system so that we don't lose all that water. So, but once the plantation closed down, nobody to maintain the water.
Yeah, we have the same problem on the windward side, but for the rains, everybody, they move things around depending on whether they were going to do agriculture, if they were going to do cattle raising. Nice.
It's a good thing.
Everything.
It's a good thing to think about.
So it's all-
They stopped the water from my roof. They didn't take the water coming to my roof.
You're gonna have
And
to stop
everybody's
us.
building up on it.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to stop.
Definitely step up.
And it's not raining, right? So you are paying her electricity and you will plumber. Okay? She goes on strike, people still have a job. I'm the female man.
I'm sorry.
I go on strike, none of you people work. But where are you getting the water to make cement? Everyone has a lot of wealth. That's what the city doesn't tell you that developers have people have a well. Well, you can't have all the foundations coming up in there. And
What is the basis?
our walls are not even built.
All right, thank you.